All right, drivers, pull on in. Today, we're talking about something that's got every driver coast to coast scratching their head about. I'm talking about AI and driverless trucks. Are they here to make life easier, or are they here to take our jobs and maybe cause more problems than they solve?
You said it, Jim. I don't mind tech helping me find the fastest route or warning me about low tire pressure. But a fully driverless rig, you better believe I got concerns, and they ain't just about my paycheck.
Let's dig in. As of mid-2025, Aurora Innovation has fully autonomous trucks running the Dallas to Houston corridor. That's 240 miles of no human behind the wheel, not even a safety driver anymore. The source? New York Post in a May 2025 article.
Same with Kodiak Robotics. They just announced they're expanding to Florida and Georgia, making runs to Atlanta with nobody touching the wheel. CNBC called it a major expansion of the driverless freight network.
And don't forget Kodiak and Wabai, smaller fleets running middle-mile routes with autonomous box trucks. This ain't a test anymore. They're already hauling freight.
Now let's talk real-life problem. According to reports, Aurora and Too Simple have both reported traffic incident. Too Simple was involved in an accident in April of 2022 and tried to lie their way out of trouble afterward. Too Simple initially stated the incident was driver error, but later acknowledged that both its compute system and the safety driver were responsible. The company had to temporarily ground its fleet, launch an internal investigation, and cooperated with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The investigation was closed without penalties in March 2023. Last year, Too Simple agreed to pay $189 million to settle claims that it overstated safety and rushed testing, increasing accident risk. This settlement presents a great opportunity for investors to recover some of their losses.
Yup, I remember reading about that incident with Too Simple's self-driving rig. It crashed into a concrete barrier in Arizona in 2022 after it made a sudden left turn across lanes. Investigation showed the system disengaged from autopilot for 3 full seconds before impact.
And Aurora's reported at least 4 minor incidents, according to public DMV filings in California and Texas. These weren't deadly, but it proves the tech ain't foolproof.
Trucking's dangerous enough with humans. Now we're trusting 80,000-pound robots to drive beside school buses and motorcycles. To me, that's a serious risk that a lot of folks won't be comfortable with.
Let's be real. We both know this ain't about innovation. It's about money. Carriers want to ditch the driver to cut labor costs.
Exactly. No salaries, no driver medical insurance premiums, no layovers to pay, no hours of service violations. CNBC said it clear, autonomous tech is a pathway to savings.
And the companies ain't hiring more mechanics or tech support either. They're scaling operations with fewer boots on the ground.
In 2023, a family in Arizona sued an autonomous trucking firm after a collision caused by a software glitch. The truck drifted into another lane, sideswiping a vehicle. The case settled for nearly $1.5 million out of court, as reported by FreightWaves.
There's also local pushback. Truck stops in rural Texas have put up signs saying no AI trucks allowed. I bet you start seeing more of those same signs at other truck stops. And it wouldn't surprise me to see some shippers and receivers outlaw driverless trucks as well.
That's drivers in town speaking up loud and clear. We ain't ready for roads full of ghost trucks, with no one to blame when a bad accident happens and a bunch of folks get killed or injured. We can all get ready for some more new laws from the government, and in truth, regulating AI is very important. However, as it stands, the United States doesn't have a federal law surrounding the use of AI. Artificial intelligence legislation is widely different on a state-by-state basis. Meanwhile, in 2023, the European Union invoked the AI Act, which became the world's first comprehensive AI law. In short, this act ensures any new use of AI does not pose a systemic risk. The lack of wide-scale regulations involving AI could prove difficult for owner-operators to navigate. But if or when any government restrictions or laws on AI are passed, it will be critical for trucking business owners to gain an understanding of how it could affect their businesses, along with implementing this information into their new driver training.
Another angle, electric trucks with AI brains. Tesla Semi, Freightliner's eCascadia, and Volvo's VNR Electric, they all run diagnostics, route optimization, and automatic braking.
Combine that with AI dispatching, and you got an autonomous load planning system that needs zero humans from pickup to drop. The one thing that I do like about all this AI stuff is the fact that drivers and companies will be able to use predictive maintenance, which takes preventative maintenance one step further. While preventative maintenance involves simply performing routine maintenance checkups to prevent future vehicle issues, predictive maintenance combines historical data with real-time monitoring to detect patterns that might suggest a piece of equipment might break or fail. Given that equipment repairs and maintenance are some of the costliest expenses for owner-operators, this not only leads to safer vehicles, but also saves money.
Markets say the EV plus AI trucking industry will hit $38 billion by 2032. That means Wall Street sees all green, and therefore they are all in.
So here's the real question. Where does that leave us, real drivers with CDLs, families, and decades behind the wheel? There are plenty of unknowns pertaining to how AI will affect specific trucking roles in the future. But we do know one thing. Jobs in trucking will look different because of artificial intelligence. We already have examples of this throughout the vast majority of other professions.
According to the trucking data reports, we're still short over 60,000 drivers in 2025. But if these bots start taking over local and regional runs, it could kill the driving jobs for that pool almost altogether.
Exactly. It's no secret that experienced truck drivers have had a hard time keeping up with all of the emerging technologies in trucking today. And for some, the constant technological oversight, such as electronic logging devices that monitor essentially every movement from within the cab of the truck, has proven aggravating. These ELDs and AI-powered surveillance devices have made many truckers believe that they aren't trusted by the trucking companies they work for, despite these items being put in place to increase safety and efficiency.
Plus, once the public gets more comfortable with robot rigs, you know the powers that be will try to get them across state lines without humans at all.
So what do you think? Is AI saving truckers or replacing them? Right now, it's replacing regional drivers, testing the waters on long haul, and raising a ton of safety questions. The question, how will AI impact trucking, is one that we already know much of the answer to because its impact has already been felt. Many drivers may not realize just how much operating a modern truck has already been altered by AI. Predictive maintenance, accident prevention measures such as lane change assist, and AI route planning have all played massive roles for standard motor vehicle drivers and truck drivers alike. That said, there's a long way to go for AI in trucking. Semi-trucks are getting more autonomous by the year, and a future of completely self-driving trucks is very much something the entire industry needs to prepare for. However, we're yet to fully understand what the ramifications of the future might be.
But if we speak up, demand regulation, push for human oversight, and support tech that helps drivers, not erases them, we can still have a seat at the table.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you seen an AI truck on the road? Do you think we should ban driverless trucks? Or are you riding with the robots? Please remember to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. Take care and see you on the rebound.
Either way, keep that shiny side up, keep your head on a swivel, protect your CDL, and watch your mirrors. AI might be closer than it looks.